Hey, what's up, guys? Phil Zamloot here, Metro Exhibits. Another day at the office.
DJ Khaled. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Shorty? What? He called you Shorty. I love that. That might be the best line of the day.
And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there.
Hey, guys, Phil Zamloot, Metro Exhibits. This is our first podcast called Metro Exhibits Unfiltered. Unfiltered meaning you pretty much say it like it is. I like to do that in both in both Metro Exhibits, and I have another business called Wow Sports Cards. I say it like it is, and I think that's a good way to be because it shows you're honest and all that. Anyway, Metro Exhibits started in 2008. I started the business. I was working for a competitor a couple years, did very well in sales, basically left, started my own business. It wasn't a conventional way to start a business. It was 2008. I got married, 654. I got married 4 years prior. So whatever I had saved at that time, I put everything I had into a business called Metro Exhibits. I worked for a competitor. The competitor did very well. I knew that I could build a business based on, not my smarts, but based on the ability to network and to build relationships. So I don't know if the camera can see this, but this was my business plan from 16 years ago. It's on yellow pieces of paper. There's 3 sheets. But to give you an idea, I went to a college.
Oh my God, man! Come on, get through this thing. Come on.
Oh, this is part of this. I got to introduce who I am.
Let's go.
This is part of the story. So I did a business plan on a yellow piece of paper, and it's common sense. I went to a college called Uppsala College. They're bankrupt. I had a 2.3 grade point average.
Wasn't that in East Orange?
East Orange. EO, we call it EO.
EO, yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
EO.
East Orange, New Jersey.
The brothers call it EO.
Yeah.
I call it East Orange.
Yeah.
Anyway, the business plan, all I did was all the salaries, the rent. If you want to see it, you could DM me and I'll show it to you. LT, it's too early in the podcast to get. This is part of the story how Metro Exhibits started. So anyway, we started Metro Exhibits. This is going to be a long podcast, I could tell. Anyway,
That's why
what
it's
we do is
unfiltered.
we sell and rent trade show exhibits. So
Yes.
we're an exhibit manufacturer. We have 3 facilities across the country. And, you know, I don't want to say we're different from other exhibit companies, but we sell and rent trade show exhibits. So we design them, we ship them, we set them up, provide the carpet, we print the graphics. And how we try to differentiate ourselves. We're always talking to our salespeople, try to be different, think out of the box. Don't be average like a couple of guys I know. You want to set yourself apart. So my first guests on this podcast, I thought it had to be Lawrence Taylor and Otis Anderson. So I'm going to tell you how I met Lawrence Taylor and Otis Anderson. And I see Lawrence Taylor making faces, and we're only 3 minutes into the podcast. And he's making faces. Do you want me to just start asking you questions?
Hey, ask me a question, please.
You got to wait. We got to give him the background first.
Okay.
So about 8-9 years ago, I was playing in a celebrity golf outing. It was an outing where every foursome got a celebrity. I had Otis Anderson. That day, I don't know if he remembers, but we played with Reno.
Reno suggested this.
And we had a great day, made a lot of putts. So I met OJ, told him what I did for a living. He came by the office. We hit it off. He's been with us for 8 or 9 years.
Yep.
We hit it off. He's in business development. He opens doors for us because of who he is. And I'll tell you who he is in a minute. How I met Lawrence Taylor was through Otis Anderson. So maybe 2.5 years after Otis started, he was talking to LT on the phone. LT was talking about one of his 6 divorces he went through. And Otis, I said,
I thought it was only.
Otis was in my office. And I said, you're talking to
Let
LT?
him go. Let him go.
You let him go. You're talking to LT. He goes, and I said, wow. I said, can we get him to play in the golf outing?
Yeah.
It was at the Trump Golf Course. And he said, I could ask him. Money talks with LT.
Yeah.
Yes,
Anyway,
it does.
long story short, met LT through OJ. And LT came on business development. So that's the story. I met LT through OJ. And why we have OJ and LT on board, I still don't know why. But the real reason is we try to differentiate ourselves. So They open doors. We have clients come to the office. They meet with LT. They meet with OJ. They sign autographs. They take pictures. And it differentiates us from every other exhibit company.
And
So
we take them golfing because we're good golfers, and
We
we like to eat, so we get a chance to go and eat as much and wherever we want to eat. And the fact that you see us as a valuable commodity to this business makes us continue to come around and enjoy the fruit of our labor, which is going to some of these exhibits, going to some of these shows, and actually being in the booth of some of our clients. You forgot that part about what we do.
I just started.
No, I'm just saying.
You gotta let me work my way into this. But you're right. They go to shows. We play a lot of golf with clients. I don't want to talk about golf right now because I'm a little bitter from yesterday. We'll talk about that later. Here's the last thing I want to say. So our first athlete, we hired a former football player. I don't even want to mention his name because it didn't end well. But we hired a former professional athlete in 2015. And he was a younger guy, different era than Otis and LT. And I see the difference between like current day athletes and these guys. These guys are old school. They work, they do what you ask pretty much. LT complains a lot, but if I call OJ, can you do it? The newer generation is different. It's hard to explain, but it didn't
Y'all
work.
ain't got no commercials in this thing, anything?
No. Keep going.
What, you want to do a commercial?
Just keep going.
Cut to a commercial or something.
Yeah, no
God.
commercial. You just keep going. That's a podcast. You just keep talking, Phil. Don't let LT get you out of
Yeah,
here.
but I gotta lay the
keep going,
groundwork. You
yeah.
understand
Okay,
that?
man, then you laying some,
All right.
yeah, some stuff. Yeah.
So I think it's a good differentiator having them on board. So here, and I'm going to introduce both of them. They don't really need an introduction. Lawrence Taylor, obviously, he's arguably the greatest defensive player of all time.
It's not a big argument, but go ahead.
It's not a big argument. It's not. He's the greatest player of all time. I can give you all the stats. I don't know if you really want to hear it. Defensive Player of the Year 3 times. The one stat that stands out to me about Lawrence Taylor,
What's that?
MVP of the league.
Okay,
As
I
a
like that one.
As a defensive player, that's unheard of. There were only 2, right? Who was the other one?
Alan Page was it?
Wow. For a guy who doesn't watch football, he knew that. Alan Page.
Well, that's old school. You don't watch new school football.
Yeah.
He couldn't even tell you the quarterback of the Giants right now.
Tell him that story real quick. We were on TMZ.
Yeah, we were at TMZ, and they were doing an interview with LT and I. They were talking about the Giants, and one of the questions was, did LT know who the current Giant quarterback was? And LT said,
No.
Who?
They asked him,
Did he
what do you
know?
think about Daniel Jones?
Yeah, but the current quarterback, and LT said, Daniel Jones.
Who's Daniel?
He said, who in the hell is Daniel Jones? And when did Eli leave?
He goes, Eli Manning's not the quarterback? So that tells you how much LT watches. He
No, he don't watch.
football.
He don't watch
I
sports.
don't watch a lot.
Yeah.
No,
But I
not a
think
lot.
out of all his stats, a defensive player with an MVP is insane. 3-time defensive player of the year is very impressive. 2-time Super Bowl champion. That's more of a team thing. And other thing I read about LT, George Young, the GM at the time when they drafted him, they took George Rogers 1, he was 2.
Yep.
He predicted that you would be better than Dick Butkus. That's what is on the internet. You never told me that. You did mention George Young to me yesterday, but pretty good foresight with George Young saying you were going to be better than Dick Butkus.
Yeah, that's
So,
that's
but
saying a
that's
lot,
what stands out, and obviously a great player.
and Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame. Yeah,
Well,
that's a
you got to
that's a
throw that.
given.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a given.
People might not know that. Some people don't know football. Like you don't really watch football, so they may not know you as a Hall of Famer. I know you're a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Because you're my friend.
Yeah.
You're stupid. You're stupid.
And before we go to OJ, number 56.
Yes.
Why did you pick 56? The number.
He ain't like 55.
No, but actually, why did I pick 56?
No, forget. What number were you coming out of college? Because you probably would have went to that.
98.
Yeah, well, they didn't have. You couldn't have been.
No, but there was a new rule that came in that we couldn't, if you're a linebacker, you can only have certain numbers in
Right,
certain
it was a rule,
areas.
yeah.
But they changed that rule, of course it did. And
You went 56.
Clark was, the center,
Right.
He was retiring, so I took his number.
Oh.
You know, he retired, then he came out of retirement,
Uh-huh.
and they asked me to give his number back, and George Young said, no. He said he's going to take that number all the way to the Hall of Fame, and it happened. You know,
That's
it was
pretty-
good.
So it was Jim Clack's number. So this is where the fake news comes in.
Okay.
In your, is it called the biography they write about you on the internet?
What
It
page
said,
are you the front page or the back?
this is the front page.
Yeah, front
It said
page,
you
yeah.
picked number 56 because of a play. Number one, they said you wanted to be drafted by the Cowboys. Number two, it said you took Thomas Henderson's number 56.
Okay.
Maybe
That's
that was
probably
true at the time.
Probably was true at the time.
So maybe it
Yeah.
isn't fake
Yeah.
news. And I got one question. 1987 season was a strike season.
Okay.
You crossed the picket line.
Okay, and
I'm just asking. Don't get mad at me.
nigga got to get
Did
paid.
you cross? You got to get paid. That's what it said. He was losing $60,000 a game. Right? Is that why?
Well, you know what? No,
I never knew that.
But
I've
see,
been with you several-
what was good about that was early on during the season before we struck, LT told everybody, listen, I'm
I
going to give
give
y'all X amount
Hey, I'm
of
giving
weeks
you
to get
X
this
amount of
done.
weeks
To get this
shit
done. Yeah. And if you don't get it done, then
I'm coming back.
Yeah, because of what I was losing. And he was fair.
And I came back
Yeah.
the day before the strike was settled.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You know, so they settled the next day.
And you were losing $60,000 a game.
I
But-
was done,
Whatever. That's what I read.
No.
I want to see if it's accurate.
Yeah, well,
I
forget
had a
what
little
he,
drinking problem.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But Phil, even though he did cross the line, but what was fun about him crossing the line, Parcells made him do everything. He was the quarterback. He was a running back.
I was tight
He
end.
played tight end. He
I
played
played every position.
They were gonna get that money that they were losing.
Did anybody else cross the line?
No, I don't think so. Huh? I know
Other teams, yeah, but not with the
no,
Giants.
on that team I didn't. But I know when you went cross, it was a whole lot of us lined up to be next.
Yeah, really. Shit, listen, they settled that the next day. Everything was
Yeah.
settled the next day.
Yeah.
Because LT number, he's Kings crossed the line.
Yeah.
Hey,
So you were losing $60,000 a game, so that's about $1 million for the year, right?
not then. Not back in those
60,000
days.
times 16 is 960.
But you saying 60. Nobody said no 60. If I was
This is what I read. You never told me.
okay, but if I was losing $60,000 a game, I wouldn't have set out the first one.
All right, then maybe it was full. I don't know. All right. That's a good point. And now we got Orenthal James Anderson, even though his name isn't Orenthal James.
Right. Yes.
So we have like an inside joke. OJ Simpson was Orenthal James Simpson. So I call him Orenthal. And I actually have LT calling him Orenthal. But OJ had a tremendous career. 14 seasons in the NFL, 7 with the Cardinals,
Yep.
7 with the Giants, over 10,000 yards. Borderline Hall of Famer, which we're going to talk about in a minute.
Borderline.
No, but
I love it.
Hey,
what do you want me to say? You want me to say you're Hall of Famer?
I have Hall of Fame credentials.
I
not
didn't say you
borderline.
didn't. You
Not
guys get a little
don't-
defensive.
yeah,
I didn't
well,
say
No,
you
you
well,
guys. Are you kidding me? You guys.
Yeah, I don't want to get you involved. No, I'm saying you're borderline because
But
you
by who word borderline? Those are your words saying
No,
borderline.
no. LJ, I love you.
I know you do.
You
but
retired
93.
31 years ago.
And I was the 8th leading rusher in the history of the NFL when I retired.
I like when he gets fiery. I like this
Seven
shit.
of the guys was ahead of me are Hall of Famers, and then you got guys who are behind me are Hall of Famers.
And you go bust his
so
ass. Bust
how
his
come?
ass.
So since you said borderline, that's no.
Okay,
no
okay, but
borderline.
I'm going to tell you why you're borderline.
Okay, we go.
Because it's 31 years ago. If you weren't borderline, you would have been in already. That's all I'm saying. OJ, I think you were an unbelievable player. And you know what? I'm very unorganized, but I'm going to go right to the Hall of Fame conversation.
Please.
'Cause I want to ask you. OJ, I love you. You know that.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the Hall of Fame conversation. You ready? Is OJ going to get in the Hall of Fame? See, I had a system, but this is good conversation.
That's why we unfiltered.
This is
Go
why it's
where we-
unfiltered.
Go where we want to go.
I know LT and some senior Hall of Famers are pushing. You think he should be in?
Well, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I agree.
right.
You were number 8 when you retired. According to my research, which isn't good, it's on my phone sometimes, I have no Wi-Fi, but right now you're the number 30 all-time leading rusher in NFL history. And if you look at that list, you have 10,273 yards.
Yes, I do.
The last guy has like 3,400, I want to say. And the list might be like 400 running backs long, 500 running. So you're number 30. So that alone should qualify you for the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Okay?
I agree.
How about these players? Tiki Barber.
What about it?
I'm just 10 years, 10,400 yards.
Okay.
Should he be in the Hall of Fame?
Not before me.
All right, okay. Ricky Waters.
Not before me.
Oh,
Ricky Waters.
Not before
Warwick
me.
Dunn.
Not before me.
LaShawn McCoy. Shady
Not
McCoy.
before me.
don't even know.
Corey
most-
Dillon.
Not before me.
Here's one that I didn't know. Earl Campbell is not in the Hall of Fame.
Earl
What?
Campbell's a Hall of Fame.
He is?
Yes.
All right, so my information, are you
It's-
sure?
Absolutely.
Yes,
He-
I'm absolutely
Okay,
sure.
so then.
He
okay.
got less yards than everybody on that list.
He only has
9.
9,400 yards.
Yeah, and look at Terrell Davis. Did you look at his name?
Well, that's
Hey.
the one, Terrell Davis. He's in the Hall of Fame with 7,000,
Ahead of all of us.
ahead of all of us.
And what? How many yards does he have?
7,400?
And how many
8,400?
and how many touchdowns?
I don't know. I didn't do that much research.
Well, you should have done
Because
it.
LT would get mad
he's
if I
got
keep
like
talking.
50-some touchdowns.
But here's my point. I
Your
looked at
point?
you at number 30. All these guys, Ricky Waters, Warwick Dunn, Shady McCoy, Corey Dillon, Tiki Barber, are all from 26 to 33. They're all in the same category as you. And none of them are in the Hall of Fame.
Now,
So why you? I'm just asking, why you?
first of all, they didn't have strikes in their year. I had 2 strikes. Well, that was work.
Strikes.
Yep, that was work stoppage.
You mean the picket line he crossed? That, okay,
it-
those strikes. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Prior to that, if you go back and look at my first 4 years, there were no other running back with better stats than me other than Walter Payton. If you go back and look at it. Now, in 82, which a lot of people don't know about, we had a strike in 82, and then we had a strike in 87,
Yep.
where work was stopped. I was on pace. I was on pace for 1,000 yards every season. That it was a full season that I participated in, I went over 1,000 yards.
So you were on pace,
That's right.
but if it wasn't for the strike.
It wasn't for the strike.
All right, so this was a later conversation on the podcast, but
Sure.
one of my favorite expression is if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Things happen is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's how I,
Oh, Grandpa.
I tell my kids all, like Matt, my son will say, I could have, Matt, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. There were strikes, that's part of the game, if you
Okay.
ask me. But OJ, I think you should be in the Hall of Fame. I think those 2 or 3 of those other guys should be in too. They're top 30 all time in running back. And here's the other thing:
What are you based it on? Just yardage? Or
yardage and how many years they played.
Okay, that's the only criteria that you saying should go in the Hall of
And
Fame.
Super Bowls.
Forget
You
about
have
Super Bowls.
Forget about
Yeah, what's
individual honors. What about the individual honors that you accumulate?
Can I?
But I'm just saying, those people you're talking about, individual honors, were any of those people that you got below me, were they Rookie of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year?
I don't know. Ricky Waters, I think, was.
No.
Not Ricky Waters.
No.
Ricky Williams. That's another controversial one. Here,
He didn't play enough
OJ,
years.
14 season, which for a running back is unbelievable.
Right.
Look at the guys now. Look at Steven Jackson. Remember Steven Jackson?
Yes.
Injuries.
14 consecutive years they played, Phil. You forget about that.
That your longevity.
They played 14 consecutive
No,
years.
OJ, I'm with you, cuz.
But I'm saying I didn't play 14 consecutive lives. I had work stoppage in 2 of the years that I played, and also I missed 9 games in '85, being a Cardinal. So if you're talking about consistency, playing all 4 years, they never missed 14 years. They never missed
Yeah,
any work stoppage.
I'm with you.
So if you look at their stat, they wouldn't even been close if I didn't have work stoppage. Wouldn't
All
have been
right.
close.
I'm giving
We
you a
wouldn't have this
platform
argument.
right now to.
I'm giving it.
No, I like it. And if
Yeah.
you get into the Hall of Fame, you got to wear a Metro Exhibits hat. Because we're giving you the platform to.
You know he will.
yeah.
You know he will. So here, his first game in the NFL, 193 yards rushing
Against the Cowboys.
against the Cowboys. 1,605 yards Rookie of the Year. Rushing yards.
Whoa, who I lose the rushing title to?
Eric Dickerson.
No, did not.
Oh, I'm saying Eric Dickerson and broke your rookie record in 84.
Yeah, might have did, but who did I lose the rushing record in
I don't know.
'79? Walter Payton by 5 yards.
Wow.
Earl Campbell won it for the whole league. I was third. Walter was second. Walter had 16-10. I had 16-5. And I got hurt the last game of the season when we were playing Chicago.
If my aunt had balls, she'd be
So
my
I watched
uncle.
it.
I don't want anybody
Yeah,
getting hurt.
I'm just telling you, your aunt should have had
10,000
balls.
rushing
She should have
yards.
had balls.
When he retired, he was the 7th in rushing TDs and 8th in rushing yards all time when he retired in 1994. That's unbelievable. That alone should get you into the Hall of Fame, I think.
You would think, yeah.
And work career, you're more entrepreneurial than LT.
I
LT
just choose to do more things than LT. LT is, I just choose to do more than LT.
Yeah.
That's
How the hell I
difference.
get in this conversation?
Because you're on the podcast, that's why.
Okay.
No, but you were in insurance, copiers, you had a radio show.
Yeah, I did.
But what's your best post-show job? Say it right
Nah,
now.
you talking about because me and LT are members of Metro Exhibit. That what you want me to say, Phil?
Employees, not members.
Well, we gonna call it. You can call it employees.
Hey,
whatever.
we're employees. And
We're
motherfucker, we employees.
Yeah,
Yeah, and by the way, on
want
the-
us to know our way, right?
Yeah,
members didn't do it. We used to say partners, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah,
used
but
to.
we did say partner. when we first
At
started.
one point in time.
We first started, we said
Yes, sir.
partner, but he made it clear.
Okay,
that we
okay.
are
Before we
employees.
you guys both get paid by Metro Exhibits. LT, right now on the spot, name where are 3 facilities? Metro Exhibits, we have 3 facilities across the country, full service, all owned and operated. Our own, we don't broker anything
New
out.
Jersey,
Go ahead.
Vegas, and Orlando.
My man. Wow, we
Okay?
were just going to
And
cut
I've
your
been
pay.
to all of them.
We were just going to cut his
That's
pay.
right.
So is Rich here? We got to tell him to keep his pay the way it is. That's impressive. Very
Okay,
impressive.
all right.
All right, so 3 facilities. OJ,
Yes, sir.
you love to learn about Metro Exhibits.
Sure.
You know we're a full-service exhibit company. We do both modular exhibits and custom exhibits. If I met you at a golf outing, give me a 20-second commercial on who Metro Exhibits is and what we do.
Metro is a full staff company that can do everything that you need for an exhibit, whether it's wood, whether it's module, whether it's graphics, you name it, we can do it. We never say no.
Not bad. On a 1 to 10, I'd rate that a 6.
Okay.
But do you want to do it or no?
Oh, hell no.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like that. All right. These guys are going to hate me by the end of this podcast.
No, we
All right.
already hate
now I
you.
have a few.
We already hate you,
Yeah,
bitch.
you already hate me.
We hate you because of the graphic you got behind all of us already.
So now that you brought the graphics up, let's talk about the graphics real quick, and we'll get further into it. But this is Otis. These are these mosaic prints. I don't really want to get up, but these are mosaic prints that we do here at Metro Exhibits.
Another side
They're little
hustle that we do.
pictures within a picture. It's a very unique piece. So this is OJ's, that's LT's. This picture here is Orenthal James Anderson with the 45th president.
1985 picture.
1985, or maybe 2 weeks ago. That's a picture with the 45th president and the soon-to-be 47th president, Donald Trump. This is the Metro Exhibits logo. The picture behind LT is a funny story. And I'm not embarrassing him, I hope.
Hell no.
But that picture you see, he just laughed looking at it. That's on my back porch at my house. So the first time I met LT, well, the first time I was with them playing golf at Trump's golf course, LT's very, I don't want to say insecure. He doesn't.
really?
No, I don't mean it that way. He doesn't trust many people. I'm not speaking for you, but he doesn't trust. This is
I
what
still don't trust you.
You don't trust me, but at this night you did. He was with Dino, his best friend Dino, who I love, Greek Dino. That was short. That's how he talks. He was with Dino. Dino had to leave, so he was stuck at Trump with me, and he's like, so what now? I was going to bring him to a hotel. I said, well, I'll tell you, if you want to come to my house, he said, again, a hotel, you could come with me. So he comes to my house like 10 o'clock at night. My wife didn't know he was coming, and she got like a shotgun up. I don't know what, whatever. So we walk in the house, and we walk in, and he was
your
hungry.
dog tried to hump his leg.
Dog always
Dog
humps his
tried
leg.
to-
My dog Sonny loves him.
always.
Loves big
Yeah.
African American guys.
He tried to hump all black guys, but he tried
Yeah,
to hump
well-
me and Baker when we came to your house.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Well, he's trained to first bark at the black guy. Then he'll hump their leg if he likes them. So LT, which I got to tell you, as rough and tough and as much as he curses and has this tough guy attitude, comes to my house. We go to Taco Bell at like 11 at night. We go through the drive. I've never had Taco Bell until that night. I had one of those, whatever they call them. But he loves Taco Bell, so we went to Taco Bell.
Enchiladas.
We come home, and I'm like, LT, my wife made, we have a spare room. She made the bed. He wouldn't sleep in the house. I don't know if that's a Southern thing, a black thing, because a white guy would have been all in that bedroom, I can tell you that. He said, no, I'll sleep on the porch. I go,
Just in case there was a fire, we're gonna be the first one out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Because you know white guys know to burn up things, right?
yeah.
I'm out.
Well, I didn't tell you before that. My wife locked up all the jewelry, whatever. That was done before. But when he went on the porch, and that's him sleeping on the porch. He slept there all night. We have an outdoor TV. I put the outdoor TV on, like Star Trek or Star Wars, just so you felt like you were at home. And he slept there the whole night. One thing I didn't tell you, I probably texted that to about 30 of my friends.
Yeah, you would do something like that.
I said,
That's
look
type
who
of
is
shit.
sleeping in my back porch.
Yeah, Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
You know, Phil, he mentioned Santa Claus. You remember a conversation we had about Santa Claus?
Yes.
You might want to speak. Yeah.
All right. See, this is good. See, this is what a podcast should be. It's unscripted. So about Santa Claus. So I just gave the answer away, but we were at a Trump rally in Wildwood, New Jersey,
Doing business.
doing business.
Clear the air.
Doing business.
Yes.
We went backstage to take a picture with Donald Trump.
Which we
So-
know as a friend.
We know as a friend. You guys went first, and then I came later. The Secret Service brought me back there, and I walk up to there's a line to see Trump, and I walk up and I see OJ and LT like, I don't know, 10th or 11th in line. I'm like, LT and OJ are waiting in line for an autograph? So I took my camera. I do a lot of video. I took a camera. I said, OJ, I asked him, have you ever waited in line for an autograph? And OJ said, no, never. I go to LT, have you ever waited in line for an autograph? And he said, only once. So then we're trying to guess.
Yeah,
was it Michael Jordan? Was it Muhammad Ali?
Yeah.
I go, who was it? And just like that, he's very witty, he's very sharp. Doesn't look that sharp, but he's very sharp. He said Santa Claus.
The only person he ever waited
The only
for.
person he ever waited in line to meet or get an autograph was Santa Claus. So he's very witty. All right, while he's doing that, LT,
All right.
I want to ask both of you. I want to hear your biggest strength and your biggest weakness.
As far as what? goes.
Personal life, football, anything. What's your number one strength and your number one
As far as
weakness?
football?
No, personal. You as a person. Forget about football. We don't care about football. You as a person, your number one strength and your number one weakness.
No one's strength, I think, is I try to be fair to everybody. I mean, no matter who it is, people ask me something, if I can do it, I'll do it. That don't mean I need to know you, but I mean, hey, that's what to my demise.
I was going to say it could be your weakness.
Yeah,
too.
and
But that's a good weakness.
But that's my strength and my weakness. You know, so everything is the same thing. You know,
Give me a weakness.
my strength and because I want to. If you need help, I'll help you.
Yeah,
You
never
know,
said
if you
no.
need something, I'll do it. If you sit there and call me up and say, listen, can you do this, so and so? I might say to myself, God, I don't want to do this, but depending on who it is that calls me, I will be there for them. You know, and like I said, it's a strength and a weakness all in this. It's the same thing.
I will
Same
echo
thing.
that on LT behalf because I've seen this man have given unconditionally to friends who were in financial need back in the day when he was playing, and he has appeared at places where you never think he would as a friend. Like you said, if you in that circle with him and you need something and you need his presence, he's always been there. And I'm saying it from the bottom of my heart. I thank him because he has supported my foundation for the last 10 years coming up to New Jersey to be a part of my golf event. And never charged me anything, but only request
Weakness.
a few things. It's a weakness. The only thing he requested was a pizza and an orange soda. And that's what he requested
Wow,
to
that's a
come up.
shock. An orange soda from a black man.
Yeah, well,
All
you
right.
thought it was going to be, what, Pepsi?
Yeah, it was either
Yeah,
orange or
exactly,
grape.
yeah.
OJ, biggest strength, biggest weakness.
My strength, I believe, is to communicate with people, to make people always feel comfortable, to always know that I'm very approachable. Again, that could be a weakness because I would talk to anybody. I would have a conversation with anyone.
And everybody.
And LT always tell me all the time, he would talk to anybody and everybody, and he won't shut up. And another thing could be my weakness, but it is my strength is I love to be in front of a microphone.
Oh,
I
yes,
love
you do. God Almighty.
to command the power to talk to people and have them have to listen to me. That is something I pride myself on because when I have the mic, I'm heard. You're not. So if you're trying to get into my business while I'm on the mic, I would not make you feel happy about that. So I would say that was a lot of my strengths.
What's your one weakness?
Always being accessible. Always
It's the same thing.
being where people can always, get to me no matter what. I know a lot of athletes who hide themselves from the public. I'm a public person. I love being in front of people. I'm just a general. I just like people. It don't matter what color you are, what nationality you are. If you come and say hello, I say hello back. If I'm eating, you say hello, I say hello back. Most guys will say, wait till I get to eating. I'll just sign whatever I have to do. Yeah.
And I'm going to echo what both these. I'm with you guys a lot. I have never, and I'm saying never. I have never seen either one of you say no to an autograph. We could be running through the airport, and real quick, take a selfie. Neither one of you have never said no to a picture or an autograph. So I'm with you. I think that's your biggest strength. But if it's a weakness, it's a good weakness.
Well, I think
You guys don't say no to anybody.
I think for me, LT being the GOAT, greatest of all time, I just feel honored that people still remember what I did as a player. So when they come up and ask for an autograph or a picture, I just feel that they remember what I did, and they're long-time Giant fans. They're just fan of Otis Anderson. So I feel honored.
And one other thing, to your point about remembering Otis Anderson, like last night after we played golf, we were at a dinner. I don't want to say I feel like I don't feel bad for you, and you don't feel bad for yourself, but it's a little. You're a good dude because if you're at a table, 20 people come up to LT, 2 come up to Otis. That's how it is when you're with the greatest player of all time.
Yeah,
But you handle it very well. You sign whatever they ask, but it's got to be hard being with LT because of his stature.
No, it's not. It's not at all because I'm very comfortable in who I am and what I've accomplished. I've never felt I'm
unbelievable.
second fiddle to anybody. I understand that this guy and what he has done in the professional game of football has eclipsed him to the greatest of all time. And there is no shame in my game being the second greatest of all time. I don't mind being second when it come down to him. But you just got to think, it's almost the same thing. Like I would tell Stephen Baker when we together, it's kind of the same vote. It's a reversal. We together, most people come to me and I talk to Stephen. And I said to Stephen one day, I said, Bake, I said, I understand how you may feel when you're with me, because that's how I feel with LT, which is not being neglected, but know that people gonna go to the person who they felt has whatever you've done. But again, you're talking about a guy who's all-time great. No, I enjoy it. I sit there and I don't feel, like I said, I don't feel intimidated by what he accomplished. He's my teammate. I love this guy.
But it's amazing. I always say, people say to me, what is it like being with OJ and LT? OJ by himself is unbelievable. He talks about Super Bowl MVP. When you're with LT, it's like being, I always say, and I was never with Elvis Presley, it's like being with Elvis Presley. It's like, I can't believe the amount of people from 70-year-old women to 7-year-old kids because of the YouTube and you're like Elvis Presley. And listen, one other thing, for all the controversy he has had in his life, no, they love him.
Yeah,
they love him.
We laugh about this when we were out and about, and sometimes we do card shows, signing at the same time. And he and I look at each other. He said to me one day, he said, "You mean to tell me that there's still some people in this world that don't have my autograph?" I mean, this guy's been signing autographs for years
a lot
and
of
has
years.
one of the longest lines, no matter where he goes, no matter what other athletes are there, and they can be from Joe Montana to Jerry Rice to Eric Dickerson to Emmitt Smith to Marcus Allen to defensive players would be whomever that could think of, but they don't command what he commands. And it's just amazing. So when you make that comment about how I feel being around, just think about all those other guys who feel like they're bigger superstars, and yet his line is longer than their line.
Yeah.
And he, my friend.
Yeah, you go to trade shows now. You got Jerry Rice, Randall Cunningham. I'm thinking Adrian Peterson,
Yeah,
Mike Tyson. His line is always the longest.
always the longest.
And listen, you were a great player, but people like, I don't want to say controversy. You're kind of like a badass. You say some stupid shit.
Not stupid.
Yeah, he says some
No,
stupid
not
shit.
stupid.
No,
He
no,
say-
I'm,
no, not stupid. He says stuff that makes sense to him.
which
That's
is
stupid
stupid.
shit.
However you want to look at it, I love it. I love the
Wait a
way.
minute, but he just said what you said before he said it, which is stupid.
Yeah, but I love the fact that he says whatever he wants.
Whatever. He is no filter.
Unscripted.
Yep.
It's good.
Yep.
It's that's what makes LT. All right, couple questions. If not the Giants, and you can't say the Cardinals, what other team would you have wanted to play for? If not the Giants,
You talking to me?
either one.
Other team I always thought when I first came out, would be a cowboy.
God, you
Why?
said the same thing.
I thought I'd be a cowboy.
But why?
Because back in those days, they had
All the amenities, they had everything.
They had
They
the
had TV
elite
shows, they had the
players,
cowgirls, they had-
elite players.
Yeah.
You know, they did elite players.
So you thought you were an elite player coming out of college?
See, that's stupid right there.
But
It's stupid, but
at the end
how
of the
could you
day-
think out of college you're going to be an elite player? I mean,
Because
you
of
didn't
what
do
I
anything.
did.
Why would
what
you
I
think?
did with
No, I'm serious. Why would you think you're going to go in the Cowboys? You didn't do nothing in the NFL.
I didn't do nothing in the NFL. Did you
At
say
first
that?
coming out, you wanted to be on the Cowboys because they were elite. You thought you were elite coming out of college?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was. I was pretty damn good.
Yes, you were.
I was pretty damn good.
You know what one stat in college? He had 16 sacks his senior year. That's insane for a college player.
Well, not for
Well,
LT, but for
Yeah.
average college player.
What team
yeah.
would you have played for?
Believe it or not, it would have been the Cowboys. And let me tell you the reason
Wow.
why.
That's 16 sacks. You got to understand. Excuse me, I didn't mean to
All right,
cut
yeah,
you
go ahead,
off.
finish.
But you got to understand. My first 8 games, we only played but a half because we were killing everybody. Was killing
At
everybody.
North Carolina?
We killed everybody.
Yep, North Carolina.
I mean,
They were
listen,
that good back then? I don't know.
we were very, very good. They used to call us our front line the Magnificent Seven.
So you're Cowboys too. For what reason?
Well, when I was growing up, Dwayne Thomas was one of the most exciting running backs
I
that
remember
I've
him,
seen.
yes.
That's very controversial, but was very, very good. And they had one of the fastest guys that ever played wide receiver was Bob Hayes, and he was an Olympian. The Cowboys had started this star thing about them being an American team, and they was the first team that had cheerleaders. You know, with men, if you put women around men gonna gravitate to a sport or to an event where women are, and they knew what they were doing because they sold it to America. And they sold it by helping the girls wear stars on their outfit, and they became America's team. I wanted to be a part of America's team because my mom, who loved Roger Staubach when I was coming out of college, she loved Roger Staubach. And I never forget when she said to me, when I was a senior coming out, and I didn't like to eat vegetables when I was a kid, and she said, you know, Tony Dorsett eat his vegetables, and he's the player that he's there. And my rookie season, I win Rookie of the Year and all those honors, and I go back to Florida at the end of the season. I tell my mom after I won all those honors, I said, you know what? I won all these honors, and I still didn't eat any vegetables, so what did that say about Tony Dorsett? And she said, that's good, my son. That's very good.
So
that was
both
her answer.
Cowboys.
Both Cowboys. Crazy, right? Man, this is good.
OJ, who's your? Oh, it's good. Is it better than Popeyes? Just say yes for my friend.
It is absolutely. He said yes for my friend. I don't need you to tell me to say yes, Phil. It is very good.
Isn't that delicious?
It is good. It has its own unique taste.
I like my mother's chicken cutlets. For me,
I would like a little more spicy though. You know, I love spice. I would love for them to do something, a cutlet with more spice to it.
I was going to say there's a little too much garlic for me, but they're unbelievable. Speaking of, I want to ask another question. While we're on food, you guys do some weird shit with food. Like your hot dog yesterday at the golf fight, I don't even know what you were doing. You were putting like relish and pickles and there had to be 9 different things on that hot dog.
Yeah.
And then you wrap it and you don't eat it. You let it sit for like 4
Marinate.
holes.
Marinate.
Lets it marinate.
Yeah.
You do some weird thing, and you're very picky when you go to a restaurant. If you bring LT to an Italian restaurant, he doesn't know what anything is. You gotta like translate, like chicken parm, chicken francese, he doesn't know. It's funny, but with food, you guys are funny, like.
No, we like.
And I think it's a white-black thing, like,
Well-
it's a different, it's hard to explain, it's bizarre.
Well,
but-
Phil, let's
yeah.
go back a minute.
Yeah.
You recall when we went to LT golf tournament in Florida? You, Ricky Jackson, me, and forget who else was all in the car. And we went to Cracker Barrel.
Oh my God.
Went to
No,
Cracker
it was
Barrel.
not Cracker Barrel. It was either Ponderosa. It was one
was
of these.
Cracker Barrel.
No, it wasn't Cracker.
No, it wasn't Cracker Barrel.
I have the receipt. I
yes,
paid.
no, you're right. It wasn't Cracker Barrel.
It was the most bizarre. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. This is the funny part where LT's better half is telling him to move the mic or something. Doesn't matter. This is unfiltered. We're good.
What,
he good?
what was it? Golden Corral.
Golden Corral.
Yes.
Okay.
Golden Corral. Can I tell the story?
You can tell the story, but ladies and gentlemen,
Good.
first of all, I don't know any black, white, Latino, Asian that never heard of Golden Corral or even visit a Golden Corral. But this guy right here.
I heard of it. I never went in one, and I'm not an elitist. I'm going to tell you the story. We played in LT's golf outing. Me and 7 or 8 other black guys get in 2 cars.
Ricky Jackson's friend.
Ricky Jackson, George Rogers,
Yep.
the guy who talked a mile a minute. We get in these 2 cars, and before we go to Golden Corral, it was like 2 hours. They go to a golf store, like a Golf Galaxy.
Yep.
I've never seen it. All these guys, it doesn't matter whether they're black or white, all they do is go and they touch the clubs. They hit drivers into the net. They didn't buy one thing. They spent an hour and a half in the store.
That was true.
They didn't buy one thing. I'm like,
I was like you, Phil. I'd never seen that before, but that's Ricky
I
Jackson's
was-
friends. But anyway.
I was like, I got to get an Uber to the hotel. We were trying to go to the hotel. Then the best is they want to go eat. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm starving. The food at your outing wasn't great, so I didn't, not that it doesn't matter, I didn't eat it.
You.
So I'm just like, I got to eat. I was thinking of the steakhouse at the Hard Rock, a nice steak with some side order of French fry. So then Ricky Jackson, how about Golden Corral? He said it real fast. He's from Louisiana. I'm like, what did he say? So we walk in Golden Corral. They all walk up. So how it works is you go to the counter and you pay. It's like $9 all you can eat. So right there is, I always tell my kids, you get what you pay for. If it's too good to be true, it is.
You
So
know
it's
you're
like- maybe it was like
insulting
13
You're insulting Golden Corral.
No,
'cause a
not
lot of
insulting
people go to
them.
Golden Corral,
No.
and it is some good food. But that wasn't even the highlight of it all.
Oh, I wanna
the
hear the
highlight of it all was everybody went through.
Oh, my God.
Everybody made their order, and Phil was the last one because he was not sure he was going to go through or eat it. But when the bill came out, and the bill was for all of us was like less than maybe
It was like $117 for like 44 people.
Phil was like,
What the fuck is going on here? That was the most bizarre shit. So then I don't know if I was going to pay because I didn't want them to think I was like,
infringing on us. or
yeah,
whatever.
infringing. So I said, oh, I got it. Don't worry about it. Like, I think I paid cash.
Yeah.
It was $117. And then, who was the guy with no teeth? The guy from down south. That guy was like the Last Supper. He had it. It was Ricky's friend. We're all sitting there and like, man, it was fried catfish.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you, I hope Golden Corral's. It was the worst food. I took one bite of the salmon. Oh, it was the sickest shit. It smelled like it was 3 years old. It was horrible. The place was horrible.
Again, it's because you have not lived the life of us and been to places we've been.
No,
But Golden Corral the food was incredible.
Oh
It
my
was
God,
nice.
no, OJ. No, you're wrong. For $9 a person, it can't be. No, you're wrong.
Well, you're the only one that had an issue with all us people
really.
there.
Shit, everybody else was eating.
All the other people that was in there seemed to have big plates of food.
I didn't eat though.
You wasn't there.
Right.
But
Well, you
everybody
weren't
else
there.
everybody else in the place.
You
was-
knew better. You heard they were going to
No.
Golden Corral. He's like, oh, no,
Everybody.
I'll stay back. That's why you stayed.
No.
No, but listen, I don't want, nobody knows me on this pod. I'm a nobody. I grew up in Belleville, New Jersey, lower to middle income. I'm not an
You're not
entitled
what?
white guy. Golden Corral is so bad. You get anybody watching, there's no way. It's not.
Well,
Well, he's the only guy that I know that don't like Golden Corral. Maybe a lot of other people low, but I still want to say one thing. If they so bad, they got a lot of facilities up and they stay packed.
Are they still in business?
Yeah, they
Very
stay
much so,
packed.
and they stay packed.
They stay
Sometimes you don't even want to go on certain holidays because you ain't gonna get in there.
And listen, I didn't bring it up. You brought it up. I would
did.
never There's an expression. There's a seat for every ass.
Okay.
That's all you have to. It's not my kind of food. That's it.
Yeah,
And
well,
I don't
okay.
want Golden Corral like I'm bashing. I'm not.
No, you're not.
I don't
You're
know why
not.
you brought him up.
Just
But you
Why
brought
you
it up.
brought
But that was the funniest.
Yeah,
That
it was.
4 hours.
Yeah.
I can never get that back.
Well, since we talk about food, do you like White Castle?
I used to love White Castle.
Oh,
when I was like
okay.
19,
Right.
you go there at 2 o'clock in the morning and eat like
now
10.
White Castle, it tears the stomach of most African American people, man. It gives you, but it's good as hell.
Oh, I love
And you
White-
eat
well, I
it,
used to
you
like White
eat a
Castle.
piece of it. Yeah, you eat a lot of it. Yeah.
All right, so while we're talking about favorite chain restaurant.
Well, we did. We just told you.
Well,
White
not
Castle's
Golden.
one.
White Castle's your favorite? Now?
Well, no, not my favorite. You said my favorite. All of them are mine. I love it. I mean, I'm a fast food junkie by
Me
trade,
too.
but I just try not to eat as much fast food as I used to, just because I'm trying
I
to
don't
be a
eat
little more
Italian
healthy.
food because I
Don't.
eat what I can't pronounce.
Yeah, you always say it in the menu. It's like, yeah. Chicken
Hell, we
salsa
only-
buffet. You can't say
We
salsa.
only eat Italian food when we with the Italian guy,
really.
right?
And he paying.
And if you ask us and our significant others and the friends around us, they were not calling an Italian restaurant to go eat.
No.
Steve and
never,
me,
Never.
we won't do that.
you're
But
you're not
first
doing
thing
that.
out of most my
Yeah.
white friends, let's go eat some Italian food. Okay, so we learn about fettuccine. We learn about ragu. What is it? Ragu.
Rigot?
I don't know.
Ragu.
Well,
Yeah, it's that. and
ricotta, but it,
ricotta.
Yeah,
everything,
ricotta, ricotta. Yeah, it doesn't
You
know.
know, you get
all
a
that
whole
thing.
big old plate of food and you can't pronounce
Not
none,
one of it.
Not one. What the fuck is this?
And they got this cheese that looks white, but it's cheese, but it's not
Feta
cheese.
cheese.
The feta.
no, that's
Yeah.
Greek. Mozzarella?
Mozzarella. Listen.
That's delicious.
That's not.
Yo,
that's not
eat
that
the
orange-
chicken
that's
cutlet
not
with
that
fresh
orange
mozzarella
cheese.
and
That's not
broccoli
that
rabe.
orange
It's the
cheese.
best sandwich you're ever gonna have.
Broccoli
Then
rabe. That's
I'm
You don't even know what
not
broccoli rabe is.
broccoli rabe. Who don't
Eat
know what
the
broccoli
what?
rabe
No,
is?
you do. He does. He has no idea what broccoli
Because you
rabe.
nobody eat that stuff.
I don't know him.
No, it's a food.
Oh, I don't.
Broccoli. They don't know.
You don't know who.
All right, so here, real quick. Broccoli
Hey
rabe.
man, I shouldn't be in this conversation, man. Because fuck this.
But you made it clear that you can't pronounce it. You don't want to eat
I
it.
don't
That
eat
makes
it.
sense.
I don't eat it.
I agree.
I'll tell you what.
I agree.
All right, real quick. Who's your best friend in the world? Only one. Don't say three.
Dog, you can't
All right,
put
then
me on the
you
spot
don't-
by saying one
one
because
friend.
I don't have one best friend. I
Okay.
have friends.
Who's your? All right. Well then.
You
don't
that's
wanna
not-
answer it?
No,
Dino
it's not a fair-
Kiriakou for me.
It's not a fair
Who?
question.
Dino Kiriakou.
Dino Kiriakou,
Yeah.
the Greek freak.
Yeah.
You want to tell us how you met him?
No, I don't have to tell
Okay.
that. No.
He owned the Airmont Diner in New
Did
York.
own, did
moved
own.
to Florida, and now you
Did
guys
own.
are reunited in Boca.
Yeah.
Dino is the best.
He is.
Gotta do a quick,
Best
Could you do a
friend.
quick impression. He hits the ball like, so he's like a little squeaky Greek guy. He's the best. I love him. So we're on a part 3, and he hits an iron. Like, it's a 170-yard shot. It goes in the water. So this is like one of the first times I played with him. Goes in the water, and he thought he was on the green. He turns and he goes, "That was short. That was short." This guy, he has this real squeaky. Taylor, what you doing? I don't know. That's how he talks. I don't know. I don't know.
That is
He's always stressed
exactly-
out. That was short. But he's a great guy,
Yeah,
and
he
he's
is.
on your the Showtime special. I think he's in it more than you. Where he
Probably,
talks about your life, but
Probably.
Dino.
Dino,
So
good
Dino, you don't have a best friend.
No, I got a lot of best friends. I mean, I could say Roy, I can say Baker, because Baker and I run around a lot.
Roy
LT
Green.
for sure, one of my yeah. Roy Green and I started our career off the same time in St. Louis. Him and Otis Brown. So they're my closest friend. Then I got my college roommates, who I played college football with, who are just like family to me, and we still in contact with each other. So you just can't pick. But I guess because of the significance of Dino was to LT, because LT, like I said, he didn't trust a lot of people, and a lot of people couldn't come into his world. So for him to say Dino, I totally get that, and I respect him for that, because Dino has been a real true friend when it come down to friend and friendship. Dino has been that kind of guy for LT. So I get his answers, but I can't. Relationship I built with all my friends, it's hard for me to say that.
Quick thing on Dino, real quick. But I met Dino about 6-7 years ago. I hit it. I love him. I love the guy. So we laughed the whole time. He texts me. Taylor. That was short, Taylor. He texts me at least once a week, and all he says is, "I love you, my friend."
Yeah.
And I always write back, "Who is this?" I do it every time I do it. All right. Biggest influence in who's the person with the biggest influence in your life? One person.
It would have been my brother. My brother's name was Marvin Smoke Anderson. He was out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Probably one of the greatest football players that never got a chance to finish his career, live out his career, because it was cut short his sophomore year of college. He was swimming, broke his neck, and later paralyzed. But from the people who I played against, who played against him when he was a freshman, said that had he not passed away, and the only athlete that I can acquit his name to that is of greatness and was a running back was Gale Sayers. They said had he not lost his life, he would have been as good as Gale Sayers.
Wow.
Yeah. So for me, it's definitely my brother.
LT? You can't
Coach,
say me, I'm the host. Don't say me, I'm the host.
Coach Melvin Jones from my high school. From my high school. He I've always been a baseball player all my life. I've been playing baseball since I was 6 years old. I've been on every all-star team throughout the years.
But you lived in a very rural town in Virginia, so there weren't that many people
A
playing
rural,
baseball.
listen,
Well, I mean, every
Virginia.
kid made the all-star team. There's like 9 kids in your town, but go ahead, Melvin Jones. How many kids were in your town? Made the
Probably
all-star
was
team?
more than Belleville. In
I
your
made
town. First of all, you claim you were the fastest guy in Belleville. That's
Yes.
that's the story you
For
tell.
a white guy.
But then you ought to got to remember.
No,
who
not
you
Belleville. I said in my neighborhood.
in your neighborhood, but you got to remember who you ran against.
Yeah,
you know,
I know you're gonna say it.
Yeah, one
Be-
guy.
be politically correct.
Well, one guy who was couldn't quite see. Another guy leg was an issue.
So wait, I'm sorry. Continue talking about Melvin Jones.
I've always played baseball, not playing football. And Melvin Jones asked me, he said, he challenged me my junior year, going into my junior year, to play football. I didn't want to play football, too much running and shit. I don't want to do that stuff. And so I came out to play football, and for the first month and a half, they really kicked my ass, you know. But Tony McCarter goes down in the third game of the season, and I'm his backup, so I started playing, and I had a great game. The first my first outing, and I got better, and then I got better. And I got better, and I got better. And by the time the season was over, I was All-American. And just played in my first year because of Coach Jones was the guy that just said, listen, hey, stop, got to man up and play a real sport. And it worked, and
So
I got
up-
really good.
Up to that.
I got a question
Go
to
ahead.
him.
Yeah.
By you being a great baseball player And
Well, he says he was a great baseball player.
yeah, he was.
That's self-proclaimed.
I was.
Okay.
Okay.
If he said he was, he was. Unlike you can say you were, but you're not. So anyway.
Yeah, because
so you got no
Because
statistics to back him up.
yeah,
you got nothing to back him
he
up.
got nothing to back him up.
Plus,
Plus, at the end of the day, who's he comparing himself to?
Remind me to tell a story about that.
Listen, look, he comparing for somebody else that lives in Melville.
Belleville,
not Melville.
In Belleville, who is he going to compare to? Pinson?
Listen.
You want Anthony? You going to compare yours with Anthony?
It's just like your son. Hey, he's a good player and stuff.
He's good. He's not great. He's good.
He's a good player until a black guy shows up on the golf on the basketball court.
No,
that's funny. So real quick, two quick stories.
No, let me finish that before I forget.
I want to remind me of the black kid.
So with you, T, again, being baseball, when you went for football, did you have an idea of what position you were going to play?
No.
That's what I was wondering.
No.
Because you probably could have played any position.
Any position.
So you end up backing up this particular person who got hurt.
Outside linebacker.
So he was outside line. But before that, you didn't play any offense during that time? Or
I played offense.
You
too.
did play offense?
Yes.
But just so happened the guy you were backing up the defense got hurt and okay.
Yeah, sir.
I was wondering because I know you was pretty good in quite a bit of sports.
Yeah.
Now you can go back to what you want to say.
Because you brought up, I want to bring up the white-black.
What white-black?
No, my son Matt. I'm going to tell you. You're going to let me talk or you're going to want to keep interrupting?
That guy, he tore your son's ass up.
No. Well, yeah, he always gets torn up, my son. No, but listen, Matt was like in 4th grade, and they were doing like these drills. So the running back would go against a kid. So there was a big black kid in 4th grade.
That's usually how they do it.
He doesn't play anymore.
Okay.
But Matt ran him over. I was on the side. I was just video. It was practice. It
Hold
was
up,
nothing.
hold up. Matt ran him over.
Ran him over and Matt's not tough. He's small. Ran him over. He shows LT the video. And Matt's like a ball buster. LT, look at this. Look at the black kid, he says. LT looks at it and he goes, man, you think that's a real black kid? He lives in Randolph, New Jersey. That is not a real black kid. That's what he said. And then the second thing was, and Matt was like, oh my God. And then he came to see Matt play basketball once.
Oh, shit.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh,
This
my
guy
God.
tear his ass. Oh,
No, he was on his team. But Matt was in 3rd grade playing up on a 4th grade team. There was a black kid, Jordan Dixon, very good player. Kid dominated.
Yeah.
And all LT kept saying is any of these white kids going to score? Because the black kid was scoring the whole time.
He scored every point.
Every point. Jordan's a very good player, but
So that further your point about
Listen,
talent.
hey.
Oh, your kid is all good until they come to the hood.
I mean, yeah, but listen. And then they said, hey, LT, we playing today. You want to come watch? I'm like, why?
yeah, why? It is. It's pretty bad.
Most ladies and gentlemen,
No,
it is a difference demographically when you start talking about sports and how sports is played in a different community.
My God, it's so sad.
Yeah.
Like you grew up in Virginia, West Palm.
Yeah.
I could only imagine what those games. Listen, you go to
you're
my
right. You can only
my
imagine.
kids' games. I hate to.
And I go to your kids' game, and that's why. And I go, and I'm
You can't believe this is football.
I'm so
I know.
embarrassed.
And listen, this is nothing against. But the greatest player of all time has a different perspective. They're good, but what? So this is one of my talking points about parents and their kids, right?
That cover, I want to cover up this here. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, the chicken?
Flying around. This thing is too good.
What
Here,
cover?
I got it.
I know she get the cover.
So
Go ahead. What?
The pan cover. Right
so
there.
about parents and kids sports.
Okay.
Parents and kids sports. How
Yeah,
parents.
just cover it up.
A lot of parents put their
Just
kids.
step in the cover.
Karen, ladies and gentlemen.
Karen,
she's
yeah.
covering up the food.
Yeah, see, she's covered up our food. Thank you, darling.
A lot of parents put their kids on pedestals, right?
Sure.
I'm the opposite. So, to Matt's, to LT's point, I'm a little tough on
what?
in certain my kids. I never put my kid on a pedestal. I'm not very complimentary. But what do you think today about people? And you're probably not really involved in it. How about how they put their kids on pedestals, and is that good for a kid?
Well, I think some of the parents live their life, through what their kids, what they wish their kid could do, what they couldn't do. So sometimes they're hard on their kids, probably because they know they weren't that good, and they wish their kid to be as good as they thought they were.
I would.
So I think that's normal for a parent wanting his kids to be better and do better, but when you got to look at, as a parent, you got to look at what you did when you was a kid, and your accomplishments, and then before you start deeming your kid to be great or whatever. All kids at a certain age show talent, but talent to get you only so far. Our ability to get you only so far. Talent eventually got to take over. So I commend every parent who think their kid is the next great whatever it is, because I think you need to, as a parent, to encourage your kids to be whatever they want to be and let them think they can be whatever they want to be. But realistically, when it come down to nut cutting time, you'll know just how good your kid is when he got to go into that fire. When Parcells say, when the lights turn on.
When is nut cutting time?
That's when they go against somebody who's bigger, stronger,
And got some ability.
and got a little more ability, and your kid got to play.
Really?
You
Yeah,
gotta
that's the
step
thing.
up.
Like, they might be good in their town, they might
Yeah.
be, but once you get out into the real world,
I know
you're
you experienced a lot of this, so you got kids.
Yeah.
I mean, you experienced this. Hey, just hey,
there's always somebody better.
hey, there's
Yeah, I mean,
always.
There's always somebody.
Actually, you experienced it when we played golf. Like, you've been pretty good beating up your white friends in golf, but when you beat
Yeah,
up on me,
listen, hey,
but when I
look.
get my dog in town,
No,
it's
no,
a different
no.
story. Woo, 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 woo. It's a different story. It's a different story. When I get my dog in town,
Yeah, that's funny. No, you're right. Yeah, that's funny.
yeah, you beat up on all of us and all the rest of us. You look great. I mean, matter of fact, we can ask this videographer, Joel, who was taping us yesterday.
Yeah,
he
shit.
came to me afterwards. He was like, "Dang, man," he was like, "Phil, not bad at all. He's pretty good." He said, "But the LT."
No, bullshit. You didn't say that, Joel, did you? First of all right, so if you want to talk about that,
No, but listen, hold. No, you had me.
Yeah, let's talk about
Hey,
tomorrow.
you had-
Let's talk
you
about
had-
yesterday.
I'll talk about it. I'm pissed off about it. No, I'm going to tell you. I
We
woke
know
up
you
at
are.
3:20 this morning.
Okay.
I was up till like quarter. I couldn't get it out of my head. You want to know why? Because I preach to my kids about accountability. Matt, my son Matt, is the worst. He'll blame everybody but himself. He's got to learn to take account. Be accountable. That's it.
Yeah, I
Stop
got
blaming
you.
it was a bad throw. You fumbled because you didn't have your arms. It's all bullshit what he says.
I
But
noticed that.
I love
Okay.
Matt. I got to teach him. But yesterday was total bullshit. How I lost that match. No. I admit I lost. No. Listen. I admit.
Totally BS,
I mean,
Phil.
okay, whoa,
OJ, you helped in it.
You had a chance to
No.
I did.
Okay, can I explain? Want me to explain?
I'm gonna explain.
I'm going to explain what happened.
Okay.
You know why? Because when you lose, you get to be a little bitch. I'm going to explain it. I was riding in the car with LT. We played this game because it was a scramble. It was for charity. We called it dots. So
Dots.
it was a scramble.
Okay.
Whoever it's the best drive, we go to their drive. Second shot, whoever it's the best second, go to that second
And
shot.
you get a dot for every shot that is used of you.
Every dot, you got every
I'm
shot.
not gonna let you play my ball for free.
So let me explain. So most of the drives, we used mine, right? Because I'm the longest, right? Can you say I'm the longest driver out of the three of us?
Yeah,
by
well,
far. By 30 yards.
Most of the day you use your drive, but
Yeah.
not by 30 yards. But most of the day
It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
Okay.
Here's my-
Anyway.
You use your drive most
So
of the time.
here's what
Okay.
happens.
I'm
But then the
65.
second shot is where
I'm
we took over.
65. Though.
Yeah, and I'm
Okay.
67.
And I'm
Okay, so
54.
listen,
That's
so we're
irrelevant. You're
54.
professional athletes. I'm a
Okay,
nobody
that-
according to
Hey,
you guys.
say
that was
that
your-
again.
Yeah.
You're professional athletes.
And what are you?
I'm a
A
nobody
nobody. There
according to
you
you
go.
guys. I am a nobody. But listen, here's what happened. Let me explain. I got to get this off my chest because I was up for 2.5 hours.
And you should have been. And
No,
you should have been. Because you're not a closer. But go ahead.
No, I am.
you're
But
not a
OJ,
closer.
you always say this.
What?
Just when you think you have LT, if
I
you
told you
think
that.
you have him,
I told
you're
you.
screwed. Here's what happens. I'm in the cart with him. I'm up. I have 12 dots. He has 9. You have 8. There's 3 holes left. So I'm up 3 dots. Here's what I start doing in my head. Oh man, when I win, he was videoing Joel. I'm gonna do a celebration. I'm thinking about I could talk shit on this podcast today, but I didn't
Okay.
I didn't remember I had 3 holes left.
Okay.
Here's what happens. On the 16th hole, we'll call it, you hit a good chip to 3 feet, uphill 3-foot putt. The rule is 2 tie, all tie. So you figure 2 people are going to make a 3-footer.
Right.
You go up with one hand and just like
Because it was, to me, it was like a gimme putt. So
it was a gimme putt. You heard
No,
it.
it was no gimme
Oh,
putt.
let me
I said-
finish.
I said-
Apparently, it was not a
I
gimme
know,
putt because
but-
there was
but
3
this
other
is
people
bothering
that
me.
had
Can I
made
get it
it.
off my chest?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, get it off your. That's what you call
He
a
does
chest.
a one-hander, misses. I'm like, wow, that was weird. LT gets up and makes the putt. Now, every thought of oh my God, he made it. Now me or Dave have to make the putt.
That's right.
Dave misses, and now I'm standing over the putt. This is a mental weakness I have.
Yes,
I'm
you
saying,
are.
no, wait, if I miss this putt, now it's going to be 12-10. Now I'm going to only be up 2. What happens? If you think negative, it's going to happen. I missed the putt.
Yes.
It's now 12-10.
right.
Go to the next hole.
I catch up. I catch up with points. I become close to LT. It's
Yeah, 12-10-10.
Yes, yes.
The next hole, that chip shot, I hit a chip. You said it went past his. You thought I won?
Yeah.
He wins it by that much. So now it's 12-11 into 18. All I got to do is either get longest drive, and I pretty much win, or the second shot.
Right.
Right? I have 12 dots. He has 11. You have 10.
I'll make a putt.
Don't you rubbing it in.
I'll make a putt.
So now on the tee box, this is my mental state. I want there to be drama. I don't know why I'm an idiot. He hits a ball, and we didn't know if it was in the fairway because it went over that hill. Hits into the fairway. I try to do a fade. I'm a jerk off.
Okay, anyway.
Anyway, it didn't fade. It went straight. So you win longest drive. But this is my mindset. Like I'm trying to make it. So now it's 12-12, right?
Yep.
12,
and I'm
12.
sitting at 10.
Going into the last hole.
Going to the last hole. Ladies and gentlemen, let me clear it up. This is a par 4, a dog leg right, and we use this LT ball.
So now
And
it's
it-
12-12.
At 12-12, they use my shot second. Now I move to 11. Now we all on the green for a putt. I was the closest, so
Wait,
I
wait,
get the point.
okay.
So LT,
Can I go back?
Phil Ball is on the green, but Phil Ball is kind of off the green. So we use your putt. You don't get a dot. I got the dot because I had the better shot.
Yeah, but you didn't explain it really well.
I did. Well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You from the drive, we're 128 yards out.
Yeah.
So now we're hitting a 128-yard shot.
Right. He
Uh,
hit the
you
green.
hit on the green. I hit a great shot.
And it rolled
No,
off.
but this is pin high. But the rule is it has to be on the green.
That's right.
I was that much off on the fringe.
But you was off.
You was off.
If my aunt had balls,
Well,
she'd be my uncle.
You was
Okay.
off. Go ahead.
I was off.
Right.
You get the dot because you were closer in, which I was glad because he didn't
Yeah,
get a dot.
right.
So now it's still 12-12,
It's 12-11.
12-12-11.
Right.
And now it's like a 15-foot downhill putt. And I said it. He's gonna make. I knew he was gonna make
said
it.
Yeah.
He goes first, hits the putt. I've never seen him go that. That's one thing. You guys don't talk any shit while we're playing. All I'm doing is talking. But he went crazy when he won. And then
Yeah.
I had a putt and I missed it.
Yeah.
But you really didn't win. I lost. That's what I want to tell you. No. And you made up rules as you went along. You made up rules.
Oh, come on. Look. Hey, but this fucker's like a hater.
LT, I gave you the $100. We're good.
Hey, and listen, what? Yeah, listen.
You
Hey,
lost
yeah,
fair and
listen.
square.
I lost.
You had a
But-
chance to win, but you didn't.
The lesson here is accountability. I admit it. I blew it.
And I should have lost because if I would have lost, I wouldn't have to do this podcast today.
Yeah. No, but it's a good lesson. Play till the horn sounds.
Play to the end.
Oh
Yeah.
my God,
Yeah.
it was
Play to the end.
But
devastating.
listen, you never a finisher. You start out always good.
And
you
I'm-
never finish.
And this is a bad
never
excuse.
finished.
And I'm going to tell you, when I play you, it is what it is.
It's a mental block at the end.
No, it's not a mental block. He sits in the cart. He had a couple of drinks. I don't know if it's the drinks wearing off or you're just a bitch. You get like real moody. So like I would sing the song, na, 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 na. And then all of a sudden I'm up 3 with 3 to go and I'm
You
like,
poking the bear. What do you expect?
no, but he's sitting there. He's not talking. I'm like, oh, do I instigate? He's mad. And all of a sudden when he wins, so you lull me. You're smart. You play mental games. You make it like you're
how
mad.
Why you think he was the greatest? He did it on defense.
Yeah,
against the
but
offensive unit.
he's a good golfer. You're both very good golfers.
Yeah,
but
it was, ladies and gentlemen,
fun.
it was so hilarious yesterday watching Phil literally start counting the win when he had it to win. He had all you got to do is just win one of the next 3 holes. Just win one, and he didn't. And then he gets mad at me because I put one-handed. Because it was like a gimme putt, and I just walked up there and just tapped it in, and it didn't go in. It stopped right at the lid, which would have gave us the win.
Yeah.
But he gets mad because it's on him to finish. Because LT goes after me, he makes the putt. Now we got 2 other guys. We got Phil, and we got Dave. Dave missed it, and clearly you saw how he missed it, so it should have been no reason for that. And you miss it.
It's mental.
Like,
Sports
you
is mental.
Miss it. Now we go to the last hole. And LT is a closer, and he is going to do whatever he needs to do.
LT is
a closer.
I'm going to be honest. Like the professional sports mind.
The mindset is incredible.
His mindset is
To win. Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've been on the green in 2. LT is off the green in 3. Now I start doing. All I got to do is 2 putt for 4. He gets up and down for 5, and I win. All of a sudden, he gets up and down. I 3. When he wants to focus, it's insane.
incredible.
All right,
Yeah.
I want to talk real quick.
Okay.
OJ Simpson.
Okay.
So here's the commonality. Mine is nothing. When I was like 8 years old, I had a number 32 Buffalo. I loved
Go
OJ
to the
Simpson.
question.
So you were very good friends with him.
Yeah.
You are OJ. A lot of people, when I say I'm going to bring OJ, you know how many times people say OJ Simpson? This is before he passed, obviously.
Yeah.
So there's like a commonality with OJ Simpson. But a couple of things. We were in Vegas at a show maybe 5 years ago, and you said to me, hey, when we're out there, can we play golf? I go, yeah, of course. I'll rent clubs or whatever. And we were going to play with OJ Simpson. And that's the first time in my, not my life, but I was thinking about Metro exhibits, will this be good? And I usually post on social media when I'm doing stuff like that, but what would the perception have been if I played golf with OJ Simpson? That's what I was thinking. You know him personally. Listen, I don't judge anybody.
Regardless of what you think, it doesn't make a goddamn bit of difference anyway. So,
Can I get to the point?
Yeah.
You
go
knew
ahead.
OJ Simpson personally.
Okay.
What did you think about it? What was he like?
Oh, as a person, what was he like?
I got no problems with OJ.
That's fine. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, I can
I
speak
got
to-
no
yeah.
problems with OJ.
And listen, I'm not.
I don't care.
I don't want you to say bad things. He
Ain't
was
that
a
bad thing.
great.
No,
But I think there was a good. What OJ always talks about. Tell him what you talk about.
Well, I just remember when I was at the University of Miami and Lou Saban was my coach, and he coached O.J. Simpson, and he always said there was similarity in some of the things that we did, as far as that was concerned. And I always wanted to meet him only because of Lou Saban and what he thought of O.J. Simpson. I met him when he was at San Francisco 49ers, and I was a Cardinal. We met, we took a picture together, and he gave me some advice about my football career, and I always thank him for that. And he always answered my call, gave me his number, and before he passed, he also said if I was out in Vegas to come out there and kick around a golf. You can't always judge what your friends may say and do, but they're still your friends. What some people may say, I will never be around a person or never this or that. That's on them, because they might not know the person the way we know the person. So by not knowing the person, then they have their own, perspective of what they think of a person. But that's because that's like a knowledge, or if you don't know somebody, and when it come down, to O.J. Simpson, there's a lot of people who had different thoughts about his actions and what happened. All I can tell you is he was, like I said, the same thing about the president. They were friends, and they were friends because they were friend to me, and I don't judge nobody on anything.
Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump. We have some commonality, right?
Okay.
All right, so I want to talk about Trump.
Oh, Lord.
No. This doesn't have to be everyone. No good? All right.
You don't know. You relax.
All
You
right.
relax. There you go.
Like, you see how you said, oh, Lord? I don't know why people get so crazy.
Well, it's the same way how you thought people thought about you and O.J. Simpson. Remember you said how the perception of what you thought people would think?
About OJ Simpson?
Yeah, remember when you said, you was trying to figure out, oh, should I do it, should I not? Metro Exhibits, my company. That you thought about what the perception of playing or being around OJ Simpson might have effect on your business, the negativity because of what allegedly
he killed. He was found innocent, which I'm whatever.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So now you bring up President
Trump didn't kill anybody.
They ain't got nothing to do with that. But it's the perception.
Okay. All right, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
All right. So politics is something you should never talk about.
Try not to.
Right? That's the rule.
Try not to.
My motto is I go opposite of whatever anybody tells me.
do.
I always go. I hate when people tell me what to do.
But the rule you said, the rules is you never should talk about politics.
And that's why I talk about politics.
Okay, that's the rule. Is that the rule we're gonna pick
with
up?
President Trump, Donald Trump, we have to talk because you guys have a great relationship with him. I belong to his golf course, so let me tell you.
I have a great relationship. I had a great relationship with OJ Simpson. I mean,
that's awesome.
Thing.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
Same
that?
thing.
Yeah. Go ahead. What's your
But
point?
politics is very touchy right now.
Okay.
Sure.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, based on what's going on. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, I just want to tell you how I met Trump. So I joined his golf course. Tony Pence was a member at Trump.
Right.
He lives right across the street. He took me golfing one day. I thought it was real stuffy, all these very wealthy people. I didn't know one thing about that. I didn't watch The Apprentice. I didn't read any of his books. I'm not a book.
Okay.
I went to the course. The first night I ate dinner there, it was me, my wife, my kids. The first night, Trump comes up to us. Welcome to Trump. I don't know. They probably told him to say it. This is right before he became president.
Yeah, go ahead.
From the time I met him, and then after he won that 2016 election, he beat 15 other Republicans to get the nomination, and then he had like an 8% chance to win against Hillary Clinton, and he won. So from there, he's a winner. I loved his personality. I love the fact that I felt like I had a person because I met him in person. LT's making faces.
No,
I'm telling you my
sound like you
perspective.
what you do? You giving them head? Oh, what the fuck?
No, see, I didn't say that, but I'm just telling you why I like Donald Trump.
Right.
That's all how I met him. Yeah. So then it went to the next level when you guys, we could tell the story about when you were there. You said, I'll bet you Trump recognizes me. Mm-hmm. And I kind of doubted it. We were sitting at the table.
Right.
Comes up to the locker room. He walks past us. He was first became president. He looks, keeps walking. He does a double take. He says, OJ, you guys said hello. So I knew you knew him. And then when I bought LT there the first time, we were eating dinner on the patio. You got up to go to the bathroom. You walked past him. I saw you stopped and he talked. He said something to you. So when you came back, I said, what did he say to you? He said he's going to give me a membership here. I said, yeah, okay. Next day, the GM calls me. I need paperwork filled out for Lawrence Taylor. He gave you an honorary membership to Trump's golf course. So now, since then, we've played golf with him several times. Very entertaining, right? It's always a good time. Mm-hmm. He tells stories about. He takes a picture and he'll take a picture of you guys. There's like 3 great athletes. A little bit of a narcissist, but that's what I like about him. He's confident. He's resilient. I like Donald Trump and what he stands for. Okay. I don't care that. Not that I don't care, but they say he didn't pay contractors. He sends mean tweets. I don't care. Yeah. He had a great 4-year run as a president. He was a great president with great policies. And like I said, he knows my kids. I feel like I have a personal relationship. So when people like comment on social media, you idolize whatever, they say all these stupid. I have a personal relationship, and we're trying to do business with them for his campaign, which we've done a little bit, not as much as we wanted. But I'm just saying there's some reasons why you like certain people. And for me, it's a personal thing, belong to his golf course, but I want to hear your take. So now, here's the take. He loves both of you. You guys like him. I know you don't want to say it publicly. You guys both like him.
No, I never said I didn't like it, Trump.
You like him, I said.
Well, all I say is this here. I met and knew him before he became president, way before that, and he has always treated me with the utmost respect. He always acknowledged me. He always said hello, whatever. And if I needed a picture, wanted a picture, he would take one. If I had friends who wanted to take a picture, he would do that too. So this is prior to all of this about who he is. And the minute that he became president, I thought that my relationship from knowing him way back then would would be the same, even though he was the president. And it was. He didn't treat me any different than he did when he met me way back then. So I never had anything negative to say about Donald Trump or him being president or whatever. We play golf together, and again, we do not talk politics. Donald Trump is one of the biggest athlete acknowledger that you can ever meet. He knows all sports. He talk about all sports, and that's what our conversation has always been about. Not about when he was president, not when he was president. We never talk about anything, and after that, we never talked about anything. Is there an opportunity? Yes, he tries to give LT and our business an opportunity to grow and become bigger. And that was the thing because of his relationship that he had with us, because he knew us from way back then. I'm quite sure he probably done it to a whole lot of other people. But because of our relationship, I felt special because he did it for us. He had tried to help our business out, and he's continued trying to help our business out. And that's what a friend does, whether he's the president, not the president, and all this other stuff that is said about him. And the thing, I tell people all the time, I don't know what he does and say to all you other people. I can tell you what he says to me and what he says to LT when we together. Now, do I like everything about what be said and said? No, I have my own opinion. I'm grown. I make my own opinion, and I will continue to make my own opinion. So that's my relationship.
Very well said.
And I can't say it any better. So, hey, Trump, I have no problem with Trump. I have no problem with Trump.
He gave you your first million, right?
Hey, yeah,
USFL, he helped you get your first million.
Yeah, really. I mean, hey, he
made
changed
everybody-
my life a long time ago.
Yeah, he made-
changed my life a long time ago, and I will always be indebted or always be
Mindful,
appreciative
I like all
what
that.
what he has done for me.
Yeah, and you know, T.
So and I tell you, hey, I can't say nothing bad about Trump. I can't
Well,
because
that's good. I
hey,
like that.
because when I look at my life and stuff, it could have been
could've
been
went
worse.
different, yeah.
You know, it could have been worse.
But what people don't know about Donald Trump is, and I'm just saying what he did for football. If Donald Trump didn't start the USFL, then the contract that we all have and got probably would have never happened, because the league was not moving on it because they didn't have any competition. So they had no threat, so they can make their rules however they want to make it. When Donald Trump opened up the USFL and gave star athletes an opportunity to make money that you felt you was worth making, that's what he did. He opened up that pipeline so you as an athlete, if you felt you were worth more money, he gave you a chance to, by having you to come play for his teams. And that's why the league has changed the way they do the policies on how they pay players, and that's why salaries are what they are now. And nobody would say it, but if USFL wouldn't have been around, I don't think the league and the guys who will make all this money would have ever, and they probably don't even know that. These young kids don't even know that he was behind all of that.
Yeah.
So,
Good point.
And he got LT his first million. He made the Giants, who at the time who was kind of slow playing it and felt that there was not a
I
threat.
was making $125,000.
Oh my gosh.
And he wanted you to come to the Generals, so he put $1 million in your bank account to get you to come.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
And the Giants countered, and that's how. So
Yeah.
to your point,
Yeah.
he did a lot of football. And my one last thing is, I'm big with work ethic. His work ethic is second to none. The guy, and listen, he plays a lot of golf, plays golf, does interviews. He's all day, nonstop. That's what I like about him.
Okay.
All right? Do you care what I think about him?
Yeah, I mean,
I know you guys, it's going a little long, but some of the stories he tells, I have two good golf Trump stories, but we'll do it for next time.
Yeah.
And one last thing, the Wildwood Rally, you guys went on stage. Little controversial. See, to me, I don't look at it as controversial. Here's the thing with...
Controversial? What do you mean was?
Do you want me to finish? You want to interrupt again?
What do
It's up to
you mean
whatever
by
want to do.
controversial?
I'm going to tell you why it's controversial. I'm going to tell you. I have worn a Trump hat. I didn't wear it today because actually you signed it to the guy last night. Those 2 Trump hats. You had one and I had one. We signed them.
And Trump underwear. Go ahead. Whatever.
And Trump on the way.
But this is why you don't tell white folks anything. They just put all your business in the world. He just told
it's just-
everybody
who
we
cares?
told. You know, what we did up there at the golf tournament, well, they ain't got nothing to do with it. And what we signed had nothing to do with it. You didn't see them when we signed all them Giants hats and all them Giants paraphernalia. But the minute you said we did Trump hats, he pulled us out there on that. Well, go ahead, Phil.
That's a good point. And this is to my point about racism. You don't want it to get out there that you signed a Trump hat.
No, it's not that we want to get out there. We never said that. We never
All right.
said that.
So here's my thing. I've been wearing a Trump hat since 2020 after just whatever, during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I get all kinds of, most times I go, I love your hat, we need them, blah, blah, blah. But you get a couple of whack jobs. And I had one happen 2 weeks in the bagel store. You know what they say?
What?
They call me a racist because I have a Trump hat on. Another thing is my younger son Matt plays an AU
Who
basketball.
called you a racist?
Where?
A wacko liberal lady in the bagel store.
Okay.
And here,
same
you know,
bagels that did.
same A and B.
Same place.
And the owner of A and B got mad at me because she said, I'm going to report you to the owners. And I told her I was an owner. So the bagel owner was there. He got mad that I said that. I just wanted to leave.
This is same people.
Same bagel. Ask Bob Russo what happened.
Same people.
He said, Phil, please don't ever say you're an owner again.
Wow.
This lady was so nuts. She called me a racist. In the middle of the store, I was paying my bill, and the worker at A&B wanted a hat. He keeps asking for a hat. All I said was, Amiga. He's a guy, but I call him Amiga. I said, Amiga, if I get you a hat, you have to wear it. I'm not getting you a hat. You're not going to wear it. I'll wear it. I'll wear it. Lady comes up to the counter. Francisco, if you wear that hat, I'm not taking this food and I'll never come back in here again. I go, oh, mind your business. I'm not talking to you. He could wear whatever hat you want, blah, blah, blah. I walk out to my car. You know what the last thing she said to me was? As she's closing the door, she yells with her white trash husband, I hope you die. That's what she said.
Yeah,
That's
that's kind of over the top. Yeah,
That's a sickness. That's a sickness. But here's my question. I go to my son Matt's AAU basketball games. Listen, it's a lot of African Americans. What a shock at basketball games, huh?
See, yo, check it did. Because,
So I had a guy.
because we're better.
Because you're better. Yeah, you're faster. You're stronger. You jump higher.
we do all
So
of
I got
that.
a guy
Yeah.
from Mendham who, you
Yeah.
know what he said to me one day? He goes, wow, I give you a lot of credit. I go, why? He goes, you're wearing a Trump hat to these basketball games. I go, what's the big deal? He goes, well, look around us. I go, what is that? So my point is, the perception is if you're a Trump fan, you're a racist. It's the furthest thing from the truth. If I was a true how could they say?
I think, Phil. I think again, that's the mentality of some people. If people know you, then they know who you are and what you stand for.
No, I'm not saying anybody that wears a
But
Trump.
no, I'm
you're
just
labeled
saying,
a racist.
No,
They think Trump's a
I'm
racist.
just saying because it's kind of similar to what happened when LT and I was down in Wildwood and we got on stage. A lot of people misinterpreted why we was down there, and they misinterpreted what the reason why we was down there. They just misinterpreted, and they formed an opinion about LT and I that's, for my concern, wasn't fair, because you can't if you know me, first of all, I don't talk politics, so you can't say who I vote for or who I'm politically inclined to vote for. I vote for whoever I want to, but for people to judge me because they saw me on stage with a friend, that they deem me a Republican, they deem me as a Trump follower, they deem me as this and that. And I said to those people who don't know me, then you were never a friend of mine, because you cannot judge me because of the person that I happen to know, happen to be somebody that the world seems to have a different perspective on. So I just say to them,
Yeah. You know what I would say to them?
know.
Who you just said, they misinterpret.
Yeah.
What is that even? Who are they to interpret anything?
Well, that's what I mean. Well, that's what I'm.
Who cares?
That's kind of what
and
I'm
you
saying.
lost
Yeah.
sponsors to your golf outing.
I
Don't
did.
worry about
I
it.
did.
I don't give a shit.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's my point.
I don't care.
They're
What
misinterpreting.
the
So they're going to
hell?
tell you who to go on stage with?
No.
I'm
Well,
just.
I think true friends, people who know you, they understand, they get it. People know me as well as LT. We're businessmen, and because our friend happened to be the ex-president and try to help our business out, so people misinterpret all of that. But at the end of the day,
We got a friendship with the President of the United States.
No.
Hey, let me tell you something.
past president
You
of the
can
United
do,
States.
yeah, but you can
And
do
future.
a lot worse than that.
And next president.
You can do a lot worse than that. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, this shit, hey, but hey. But
Yeah, you
at
could
the
be
end
friends
of
with
the
Kamala
day-
Harris. It'd be a lot worse. So,
Well,
Yeah.
well, like I said to a lot of people, they say, "Oh man, you was on stage with Trump. You did that." I said, "Well, I'm just telling you like it is. Biden didn't invite me, or did not
Hey,
invite
really?
LT.
great point.
Had he invited us, I guarantee you, we probably would have been
And that
there.
they're all for the black
if he was,
people.
and if
Yeah.
he was offering us business and giving us a chance to do business, we would have been there. So it has nothing to do with more than just business opportunities. And
he's your friend.
And I don't know Biden enough
Been a
like
friend
I
of
knew
mine for a
Trump.
long lot of
Yeah,
years.
so
A lot of
yeah,
years.
and now when you look at what's currently is going on in the world, about to go on. So again, I'm friends with people who friend to me. I'm friends with people who try to help me. And
I'm with you. And I wish
Okay.
more business owners would talk. If you like Trump, if you like Kamala, whoever, I wish they would talk more about it. I know you're not supposed to, but I don't care what you're supposed to do. Here we go. You ready? I'm gonna, this should be the fun part of it, because the first
all this
hour
has
was
been,
not
all
fun.
of this has been fun. I don't know
Yeah,
what you
for
mean.
you.
It's all been fun.
All right, you ready?
I thought I clicked my phone.
All right, here we're gonna do.
How did this
That's all
happen?
right. That's
I
all right.
turned it off
It's
on
all
purpose.
part of it. It's nothing scripted here. Oh wait, let me talk about a sponsor real quick. Okay.
You should.
You ready?
You should.
Anthony Melnicki, who's out of his mind. Central Baseball League, Nutley Central Baseball. He actually gave the biggest check for $1,000. He's a friend of mine from Nutley. He's a short, fat kid who's a pretty good golfer. Hits the ball pretty long. But his Central Baseball League develops kids, getting it ready for high school. Mostly kids within the town. His theory is he doesn't want to lose kids to private schools, so he tries to keep them in Nutley. So he builds that relationship with them. He has a relationship with the high school. So Central Baseball League, Anthony Melnicki. He wasn't a great athlete himself. He kind of had some issues, but his baseball league is fairly
That's
good.
why he ain't giving you but $1,000.
I bust him all the time. I did a
Is that
video.
Anthony we play golf with?
Yeah, Anthony.
Okay.
Fat, he's got a gut and he's got tits.
Okay.
I say to him, I go, wait a minute,
Wow.
are,
Yeah,
you
you do.
are you transitioning? Because but
Okay,
it's just
get
he's
to the
over.
point.
All right, ready? One word. I'm going to give you some whatever. I want one word. When you think of this word, I want one word from you. You ready? NFL.
Not for long.
Not for long.
That was 3 words, but okay.
Not for long. I gotta give
NFL.
you an opportunity.
Opportunity.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Golf.
Tough.
Opportunity.
Money.
More.
Less.
You want less money?
No, I ain't say I want less money. There's always less.
Oh, that's good. There's always less than you want. That's funny. It's about one of my Metro exhibits paying. All right.
Half full, half empty. I like that. I like that.
Trump.
Friend.
I would say Trump. Friendship. Yeah.
Metro exhibits.
Underpaid.
I like that.
Bullshit.
Okay, I like it. Wow Sports Cards. Sports card store in Randolph, New Jersey. Wow Sports Cards.
Exciting. I take it back. Creative.
I like that word. Creative. Okay.
Creative. Yeah.
Okay. Parents.
Loving.
Overrated.
Oh shit. You're kidding, right? You're just trying to be funny. Don't say that.
I love your reaction, though.
Yeah, don't. Yeah. Racism.
Preference.
Dying.
Dying.
Yeah,
All right.
it's dying out.
Work ethic.
Work ethic.
I could get a good one.
I'm glad I came up with some good words.
No, because work ethic is not taught. It's like it's instilled.
My word is everything.
Yeah,
People talk about colleges and
Well-
how he reads books. If you don't have the work ethic, it doesn't mean shit. Forget it.
I think
I
gonna
like
say,
that.
Well, you can't like what I say. You got to
What?
come up with your.
Well, how about can we like what you said?
Okay, you like what I said. New York Jets.
Overrated.
Bullshit.
Okay. All right. Now, first person or first thing you think of when I say these words. I already know what you're going to say. Chicago Bears.
Gary Sayers.
Walter Payton.
Gail Sayers, Walter Payton, I like it. Dallas Cowboys.
Dwayne Thomas.
Wow, that's a new one. Dwayne Thomas.
Dwayne Thomas.
Dallas Cowboys, LT.
Mercury Mars.
That was the
play
Dolphins.
for Miami Dolphins.
No. He played for Dago. Oh, what's the guy?
He's thinking of Emmett Smith.
Emmett Smith. His mother looked like Mercury Mars.
He
huh?
does. He does look like Mercury
That's a good one.
Mars.
Miami Dolphins.
Dan Marino.
Nat Moore.
Wow, Nat Moore, Dan Marino, who was one of Marino's receivers with Mark Duper and Mark Clayton. Minnesota Vikings.
Chuck Foreman.
I told you yesterday that's what he was going to say because he went to the U.
Because he's the first guy that gave me shoes and the first guy that acknowledged me when I was in college.
All right, that's a good one, Chuck Foreman. Vikings,
Don't care.
okay. L.A. Rams.
Well, he's a friend of ours, Dickerson.
Eric Dixon.
Yeah, no brainer. Denver Broncos.
Quarterback. What's his name?
Elway?
Elway.
That's
Who
a
else
no.
would
I
you
think
say,
that's a
Mike?
no-brainer.
Who else would you say?
I really don't care.
You're not really thinking. Are you thinking about the first person that you think of?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
care.
Elway.
I don't. No. I was
Cincinnati
gonna say Tom
Bengals.
Jackson. I was gonna say Tom Jackson.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Icky Woods.
Icky Shuffle.
Cincinnati Bills. What's the offensive tackle?
Munoz.
Munoz.
Wow.
Munoz.
And not that you want to hear me, but mine's Dave Grant.
I didn't even know who that is.
He went to Belleville High School, played in the Super Bowl.
That's why we don't know who the hell that is.
But my point is, you
Okay,
think
your
of certain
point.
things. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the greatest player, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Philadelphia Eagles. OJ.
Harold Carmichael.
Oh, number 17. LT.
Ron Jaworski.
Because why?
Bust him up.
Probably buzzed his
You
ass.
sacked him the most times?
Yeah.
All right. Philadelphia 76ers.
Barkley.
Barkley.
Wow, dude, I said Dr. J. Los Angeles Lakers. Just don't say the guy I hope you're not going to say.
No, everybody gonna say
Los
Magic.
Angeles Lakers?
Yeah, Magic Johnson. Rather than Kareem, Magic Johnson.
I've looked at
James
him now.
Worthy.
No, no.
Oh, you
no.
don't like Worthy?
No, but
Sam Perkins, North Carolina. All right.
I would do
Kareem?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's a good call.
Kareem, okay.
Yeah.
Boston Celtics.
Bird.
Bird.
They picked a white guy. We should stop right
That's
there.
the o-
They
let's
finally
stop.
picked a white guy.
Let's stop.
New York Jets.
You're not gonna get it better than that. Joe Namath.
Namath.
Yeah,
two
another
white guys.
two white guys in a row.
there you
All
go.
right, you ready? Here we go. It's one or the other. This is it, and then we're done.
One or the other.
One or the other, and then we're done.
Okay.
Left or right?
I'm a righty.
Okay.
Always going right.
Always going right.
Right.
Okay. White or black? This is a no-brainer.
Dang, if you don't know the color of my skin by
Shit,
now,
no, listen,
always
hey,
bet on black.
The darker, the better. Yeah.
Okay. Football or golf?
Football.
Football.
Wow. Metro Exhibits or any other exhibit company?
Any other exhibit.
Like I said,
Okay.
underpaid.
We're going to get Rich to cancel his credit card. Okay.
Metro by far, ladies and gentlemen. We know who
Yeah, we
bought our
gotta go
bread.
with Metro,
We know who
yeah.
bought our bread, even
Yeah,
though my
fuck.
bread is a little.
And while we're talking about
cheap now.
Metro Exhibits,
Why are we talking about? Yeah, can we talk about a raise? Can I talk about
we'll
that?
talk about that after this podcast. It's not going to happen, but we'll talk about it. Do you guys like working for Metro Exhibits, with Metro Exhibits? And if you do, what do you like? Seriously.
Seriously, I do. I like the. I like what you said before about work ethics. That everybody in here at Metro Exhibits work as a team, and I've been a part of great teams, and I've been a part of winning and championship team. Metro Exhibit, through your guidance and others, have made this a very friendly team-like environment, and it's easy to try to be the best you can be for this company and help this company
That's
grow.
one word?
I know, help this company grow because I tell you never give me the mic because of what has been built and what has been honored for those who have been here. So, yeah, I don't know what the question was. Anyway.
LT, he just said a lot. You want to add anything to that?
No, owner sucks.
Otis. Otis. All right, good. All right, a couple more. Popeyes or KFC?
Oh shoot, man, everybody like Popeyes.
I'm KFC, man.
You like the
I'm a
biscuits?
KFC,
The
man.
biscuits.
No, I'm a KFC. All that. I like my. I'm a KFC. Am I KFC? I'm KFC, baby.
I'm Popeyes all the way. Gotta get spicy, baby. I told you before. That's why I say them
no.
cutlets need
All
to
right.
get some spice on it.
Up or down?
I'm an up guy.
Up guy.
Smart or athletic?
I'm going with the athlete.
I'm going with smart.
Fuck, smart.
I'm
All
going
right.
smart.
Shit.
If you're growing up, do you want to be smart or athletic? Smart or athletic?
I think.
It's one word answer, sir. I
Ben-
don't want an explanation. One word answer.
I'm smart.
No, I'm not saying you.
I want to be smart.
Okay.
I think be smart. I think I want to be smart. Not that I'm not, but
I'd
I
rather
just think.
be athletic, more money in it.
Well, you told me I couldn't explain my answer.
No, I said athletic.
this isn't about
and
you.
I just
Okay.
gave you my
do
answer.
anything.
Okay.
This guy's unreal. This
Go
guy.
ahead.
Who?
So are you?
Smart, okay. Magazine or a book?
Book.
Hustlers is what, a magazine? Okay.
This guy. Turf or grass? Turf or grass? Did they hear that? Hustler, this guy. This guy.
He forgot about Ebony magazine. We got Jet magazine. He went to Hustler. God, Lord have mercy.
Magazine. All right, so magazine.
Oh, you gotta
Turf
love
or
it.
grass?
I'm turf guy.
I'm turf.
Russia or China?
I really don't care about that one. That's not even a pick.
I'm just
It's not a pick for
I
me.
go Russia.
okay.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, Putin is friends with the, you know. I'm just saying.
But all the dances. And the
You guys come
Russia.
on. You got
Well, China bring all the stuff to China, everything China made has
Yeah,
been
but
there.
all the dances are Russia.
Yeah, you right. At the strip club. all
you
the
guys are
dances
bad.
are-
Mom or
No,
dad?
because it's true.
What?
All the dancers at strip club are Russian.
So that's why he likes. Oh, he's sick. Trish didn't hear that, did she?
Doesn't
Mom or
matter.
dad?
I can't choose my parents. They
No.
both.
Okay.
My mom raised me, but I didn't. I got to go who raised me. But it's hard. You can't choose parents.
I'm going mom.
Yeah, mom. Yeah.
Okay.
Edwards Complex.
Okay. And the last one, Kamala or Hillary? I know they're not good choices, but you have to pick one.
You know, Phil, those are your words for saying they're not good choices.
What? I can't ask the question?
Listen. All I can tell you is whoever wins the election, I just hope they do great things for the country. That's all I wish.
That is such a vanilla,
It
generic.
is Bishop.
I'll go with it, but I think it's
I'm
weak.
Going with, I'm going with
I'll
Hillary.
go with it, but it's weak.
I'm going to Hillary
Hillary?
with no explanation.
Really?
Yeah.
You because you liked Sweet Willie. He was a good dude, Willie.
Yeah, he was.
All right, so that's it. So that's the end of the podcast. I want to thank you
God.
guys.
Thank
It's been
God.
fun, Zan.
And I just want to say, working with you guys, I bust both your balls. I love working with you guys.
And they stay there, and they say yeah.